Hi everyone, welcome back to Calmsden. I am as ever Waldo P. Barnstormer, and this is Calmsden Day 3. I will try and keep this to one episode a day, but we'll see how that goes. As the winter gets short, it can be hard to fill the days in. Just stopping in with the cows there to see how the field's getting on that we did yesterday, and not germinated yet. So I was thinking I do need to roll that field just to get the extra little 2.5%. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time or not. As you see now, up in the main yard, picking up the mowers, continuing on from where we left off yesterday. We obviously got a couple of fields mowed. We made a start on this sheep field, but never quite got it finished, so we're going to quickly round that one up now. So that's the sheep field done now as well. All the fields should have been mowed, up in this part of the world anyway. So we'll nip back to the yard, give this a quick rinse off. Do want to try and keep the equipment fairly clean. So now that we're shiny and clean again, we'll park this up in the shed. And then it's just a case of going round to the backyard and picking up our windrower. Now it's going to be quite a few fields to row here. So rather than doing it the way I did it in the cow pasture last time, where I put both swaths into the middle, I'm going to try and double up the swaths this time. So I'm throwing everything out to the right hand side. As I kind of said before, these fields haven't been touched yet. They haven't been fertilised, limed, ploughed, etc. So I'm not really expecting a massive grass yield of them. I'm not kind of sure what sort of laterage is on the ground. As it comes later on, whenever you see when I'm baling it, there's more grass there than I thought there was. So here you kind of see my intentions in trying to put two swaths into one with this one. Should hopefully save kind of double passing with the baler this time. It does mean a bit more work with this, but as this moves quicker than the baler, it should overall save me time. At least I think so. If nothing else, it makes the swaths look more impressive because they're that bit bigger. I did do this one the wrong way around. I should have been kicking out to the left here, but oh well, we live and learn. Right, well that's the sheep field done. It's quite a big machine to get through some of these little fields and gates here, so a bit of manoeuvring needs to happen. We'll run around now, do this pig field. Now for sure this definitely isn't anywhere near as good a yield. The grass in it's quite sparse. But again, I think the top half of this one's going to get ploughed up and probably put in some kind of grain. I'm tempted to actually say I might put corn in here. Haven't done any corn yet in FS22, and it would be quite a decent one to do here, I think. So yeah, you can definitely see in this, compared to the sheep field, the size of the swaths is nowhere near as big. But to be fair, this is kind of what I was actually expecting in the sheep field. So I think we're going to do fairly well overall for the silage in this. With the big field done, just this one field left to go now, number 4. Again, it's one of those fields which, a bit like the cow pasture, is deceptively large. It kind of surprised me. I know there's a lot of big fields on this map, but looking at the map, I kind of thought these were some of the smallest ones, and realistically they're still pretty big. Certainly the equipment that I have here is as small as you would want to go on them. As I said before, I'm pretty sure this field's definitely going into a grain of some sort. Either barley, wheat, something like that, maybe oats. I'm kind of tempted with barley, I think. Maybe wheat, something that gives a half decent yield, just so it gives us something to do. I realise they're not the kind of highest paying return crops, but at the minute, just to get something into the ground before winter comes in, I think it's really our only options. So that's the windrowing done in this top part of the farm for now. I do have more fields down the bottom, and they all are still in grass and haven't mowed them or done anything at all with them yet. Don't think I've even gone into the field yet, I've been so busy up here. So we will to try and turn them around before winter sets in. It'd be nice to get as much grass and as much silage out of this as possible. I realise that's a bit repetitive, just watching me cut grass all the time, so there's a chance, I'll start jump cutting a few of these jobs as well. Or maybe just, introducing you to it, and I'll jump back once the job's finished. Let us know down below in the comments if that's the kind of thing you want, or do you want to sit here and watch it all? I'm happy to do either way, whatever pleases the people. Heading back up to the cow yard here now as well. Need to pick up the baler, which, yep, is in the shed. So this is the Vicon Fast Baler. It's a round baler with a wrapper on the back. I'm not a massive fan of the round bales just because they roll away, etc. It's having to stop and unload them, but this fast baler allows you to continue. So it's kind of the compromise between square bales and round bales, as far as I'm concerned anyway. Now, you see here, I put the HUD back on for this one because I just wasn't sure what size of a bale, literage wise, that I was going to be getting here. You can see it's about 3,500 litres or so. And you also see my speed. I'm actually down to about 3 miles an hour on average here. I think it's the way the pre-baler, or the Vicon Fast Baler works with the pre-bale chamber, and then it's got that secondary chamber and then throws it out for the wrapping. It's smart enough to let you continue on without having to stop, but in order to do that, it has to restrict your speed. So yeah, unfortunately I'm down to 3 miles an hour to do this, but it does mean I can continue without having to stop, reverse, do all that kind of round baler things. It's producing a lot more bales than what I thought it was going to do as well. I really wasn't expecting much grass in these fields, and I think what's already kicked out about 6 or 7 there just in that short time I've been talking, so there's going to be a lot more bales than I was expecting. Well, I hope you're enjoying this so far. We are still on the 3 miles an hour. We'll try and mix it up now and again and change the camera angle, that kind of thing, just to give you a different view as well. I think you can see from this angle just how many bales were in that field. At a rough count, I would say we probably produced in the region of 30 bales there. Now 30 bales, 3,500 litres each, that's what, 90, 100, just over 100,000 litres of silage. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of money and a lot more than what I was expecting. So off to a great start, so far as I see at the minute anyhow, and we hadn't even put any crop in the ground yet. And from here you can see the actual size of some of these swaths as well. I was just really surprised at how much grass came off this. And this is in the pig field that was a really poor yield. Again, the bales maybe aren't coming out just as quick this time, but really we're still down to 4, maybe 5 miles an hour on average. Well, that's those top 2 fields finished for now, into the sheep field, but as you can see the rain is on, and looking at the weather and looking at the light, I can make the decision just to do this little bit that I know is around the outskirts here. I'll leave this field for tomorrow. So that's it folks, I'm heading back up to the yard. What I'm going to do is throw this tractor and baler into the shed for the night, keep it out of the rain, make sure everything stays nice and dry. All that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please, if you do those normal YouTube things, like, share, subscribe, it helps my channel grow. And hopefully we will see you here again. Bye now.